Newcastle will host Manchester City. City are favourites going into this game. It's going to be interesting because we've got a battle of the big strikers as well in Erling Haaland and Nick Woltemade.
It's not much of a battle, is it?
OK, well, we'll see. Let's get word from Big Nick because Gab Marcotti sat down with him to talk to him.
So you mentioned the Premier League. It's a different league. It's a different setup, different club. You're taking the place of a striker, Isak, who moved for a ton of money. And Newcastle also signed Yohan Wissa, but who's not been able to play so far. You weren't expecting to play almost every minute of every game like you've had to do so far, were you? So quickly?
Yeah, to be honest, I was expecting it. No, not that I play every game, but maybe also now something with Wissa or Zula. Sometimes I thought we could change sometimes because I play now a lot of games, and I played now a lot of games, and this is also the first time for me that I play in this rhythm like every 3 days. And now I play every game, and of course I wanted to play when I come there. So I'm really happy that I play every game, and I still want to play every game. And but I'm also really happy if the Wissa is coming back, and I think we can also play really good together maybe. And I think then like the situation for sometimes you don't feel so good in the game, then maybe some other striker can come in and help each other together, so we get more power. And I think I'm really excited for the guys to coming back.
A lot of times, if I have somebody who's this tall and he's a center forward, I don't want him to play with his feet. I don't teach him to necessarily control and have the vision, the close control. I just say, no, you just head it, bang it, use your body. Mm-hmm. Did you have a coach who encouraged you to play with your feet?
Yeah, I changed when I was 8 to Werder Bremen already, so I had a really good academy, like my whole youth teams and everything. So in this time I played most of the time also in the midfield, not even always striker. So I think like my skills, the feet and stuff, they're coming from this because I always had to use this, and now I'm combine everything together, and I train also a lot of headers. So I think now I'm getting a really better player because I can score goals with my head. I can play the balls to my guys in the feet, and also can dribble some guys. So I think I'm getting more completely player.
And I think at Stuttgart you often played with, was it Undav, who was in front of you. Can you talk a bit about the transition now, because with Newcastle so far it's been straight 4-3-3.
In Stuttgart I was always dropping deep a lot. Now in Newcastle I was dropping sometimes, but not so often than in Stuttgart. And now I'm more on the position number 9. So most of the times I'm with the back to the goal and just lay the balls off for the guys or turn around into the side. So that's different. But I think Eddie Howe here at the Gaffer, he wants also that I'm coming deep and drop in the midfield and get there the balls. So yeah, I'm feeling good on this position. It's different because I don't have so many balls, but it's also the playing style of the Premier League because it's different. I think in Bundesliga the strikers are more involved in the game. In the Premier League you have more the attention just to score goals. So that's very different. But yeah, I think I did really good also now in the first games, but I have to come also in a little bit.
You talked about your playing handball and how that was potentially another path for you, and how playing handball helped you in football. And I couldn't understand it because you're good with your feet, not your hands. But can you explain it for those who don't know handball?
Yeah, handball is really popular in Germany. I think after football or after soccer, it's the most famous sport there. So I was at a handball school, and we always trained in the morning, and then in the evening I always had football. So yeah, I think like my body, I don't look so strong, but sometimes I can push the guys good away because I have a good feeling for my upper body too because of handball. I think because you have to use more your upper body than in football. So I think also now the coordination with hands and feet, I think I get a good development in the handball. So I think this helped me a lot.
6'6" centre forward. His teammates at Stuttgart used to call him Walter Messi. But he's proved to be a solution for Germany and Newcastle right now. Craig, what do you think of him?
I like him actually. I think for a big guy he's got really good feet. You mentioned he's been scoring goals for his country as well. I don't think he's the issue for Newcastle. You know, people talk about Newcastle's away form. I know this game's at home against City. People talk about their away form. Well, their home form's not much better. If you look at their away form, they're 15th in the league. If you look at their home form alone, they're 14th in home form. So they've not been able to marry any of it. Now, Eddie Howe has to... now, he won some award the last couple of days. I don't know what it was. What was it? Did you see that, Shaq?
No,
some Newcastle... inducted into some Newcastle Hall of Fame or something, but he has to get their form.
Better not be the mayor.
No, that's Shaka. He's going to have to turn that around. Woltemade, I like. I think he's a good. I think he looks a good player. There's no doubt about that. Regardless of what Karl-Heinz Rummenigge said, that was just bitterness when Bayern didn't get him. They wanted him to beef up the squad. They weren't prepared to pay the money. But this is going to be tough for Newcastle because, as I mentioned, it's both home and away where they have struggled. And Man City are looking quite good, particularly with the guy at the other end, who just seems to be having a continuation of this goal-scoring phenomenon that he is in Erling Haaland. And City have looked pretty good in most departments. But yeah, the fact that it's at home gives Newcastle a bit more of an advantage in terms of trying to get a result. But just they have struggled this season.
You worried, Shaq?
Not particularly, because it's at St James's Park. And Newcastle away from home, as Craig was saying, is just totally different. Hard to explain, but at home with that crowd at their back.
Yeah, but their home form is they're 14th in the league in home form.
I think Newcastle's performances have been better than their league possession suggests.
Right. Yeah.
And you saw that especially against better opposition. And while losses to Liverpool and Arsenal, as I mentioned yesterday, those winners came deep into injury time in both those games. I think these games, for some reason, Newcastle are up for them. And I feel they'll be up for this one as well. I'm still not convinced as well that as good as City are, as hopeful as I am, or maybe, that they're the only team who can really chase Arsenal down and at least have some kind of a title race back end of the season. I still don't think they're as consistent as we'd seen 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I think this is a draw. I don't think Newcastle will be undone.
Frank, you think it's a draw too? Why?
Well, because it's at home and with the pressure that St James's Park can give from the fans, that there can be a game changer. And you know what I see, the Newcastle offensive line and with the Manchester City defensive line, I think there is something to play for the Geordies. So I really think that it's possible. Just one thing that I want to say about the interview: we say handball. No, we don't say handball. We say handball. It's been invented by the German. They don't say handball.
Oh, okay.
What? Thanks for that, Frank. Absolutely no idea.
That's very important.
Ian, you've been impressed by Erling Haaland as everyone else has this season. You're going for a City win. Is it because of him?
Momentum, and I think they're going to score a hatful of goals, I think, from now on. I mean, Woltemade is interesting, isn't he? He doesn't look like a footballer. He looks like a Renaissance painter. I think, and I think he's got lovely touches and craft. He's a cult figure, but I think he's part of their problem, away from home, because they had Isak running the channels and they could get in behind teams and he got them up the pitch. I don't think Woltemade, for all his lovely touches and skills, can do that, and they just can't win away from home at all. They are better at home. I mean, I've just looked through after what Craig was saying, and they have won their last 5 at St James's Park in all competitions. So they'll make a game of this. I think it's a thriller, but I think City will edge it.
All right. Well, there we go. That's how things are looking there. Just don't mention handball or say it wrong in front of Frank, and you'll all be okay.
Thank you.